Tuanku! Tuanku!
Why have you dragged this woman here? Do you know who she is? She is betrothed to Nadim, heir to the throne. You will answer with your life for manhandling her like this.
I caught her. I caught her scrabbling the ground for mud to cover the rotting corpse. Where is Tuanku? I have brought him the man he wanted me so much to find.
Tuanku is here now.
What's happening here? You, unhand her. Why is she in condition like this? Tuanku. You will answer to this outrage. But first, where's the man I told you to bring to me? This is the man you wanted, Tuanku. I caught her. It was I who caught her burying the body. That is why I brought her here. She acted alone. This shows that none of us on the watch has taken bribes. Is it true what the man say? You buried the body?
Yes, it is true.
Oh, I cannot believe it. Tell me what actually happened. Tuanku, I went back to tell the others of Tuanku's demand that we find the man who cut Sirat down and buried him. Otherwise, we will be the ones to be blamed for the crime. By then, the others had already recovered the body from its shallow trench. So, I had us all together heave it up against the tree and tie it again to a low, bare branch. The sun then was white hot in the sky. In the growing heat, the dead man's already softened flesh gave off light fumes. They curled up into our nostrils with such a sting. We gagged and vomited all we had eaten in the morning, tosay and all. But we still had our arms about him and set our shoulders to raise his torso up. We did this so we could tie him and let it dangle from the tree again. We pressed our cheeks into the stinking mess. Why? Because we also were tied to him by duty and our fear. We dared not even move too far away to begin again our watch and arranged to go by turns to a stream nearby to wash. Before the first man to the stream was done, the day darkened. Banks of black cloud broke into rain and poured down on us in great torrents. It was as if a floodgate had opened up in the sky. Out in the open in sparse belukar, lightning blinded us. The added terror of the thunder in its afterflash drove us running to the city gate for shelter. No one would be able out and about in such hellish weather, we thought. When the rain abated, we went back to that tree, and as we approached it, we saw through the ground mist from the rain that clearly it was the tree that was naked. The body was no longer hanging there. Someone had stripped it off its ripening fruit. Then I saw her, kneeling by a mound of mud. She had with her a small knife and a kerchief full of flowers. With cupped hands, she was scooping more mud off the ground to add to the mound. And all the while, she was sobbing. The sound she made was not quite human. It was soft and low, yet it struck me more deeply than any sound an animal would make. We ran towards her, shouting as we ran, but like a giant bird in brood, she did not scare. She stayed crouched, silent now, by the mound. She was not afraid of us at all. I was the first to grab her. She fought us, kicking and scratching. She fought us not because she wanted to run away. She was angry that we dared lay hands on her. We had to hold her, Tuanku, that I might bring her here and let her tell you she buried Sirat by herself, that my companions of the watch and I have no part in it, and are wholly blameless of the crime. You deny nothing then, that you are alone in this?
I deny nothing. I buried my brother, Sirat.
You may go. Did you not hear of my edict prohibiting anyone on pain of death from tampering with the body?
How could I not hear of your edict? You made a public proclamation of it and told all who were there to hear you to spread the word to everyone else in the city.
Did you expect me to make an exemption in your case? Counting on your ties with my son and eventually to me?
No, I did not, and I do not now.
Why did you commit this crime? Defying me, undermining by it my authority and the power of the state. Have you no fear of dying?
Justice was on your side when you ordered Sirat killed. But when you have Veera stirring him up to dangle from a tree to rot, dripping with to offend the eyes and noses of all your people, you have traduced justice and turned it into a petty, vengeful malevolence. Your edict is a scam. It does not serve nor secure the peace and order of our great city, but only to salve your anger at Sirat. He dared show the people, to your utter shame, they have a weak, untrusting, and capricious king. I observe a higher law, that which is founded on a sister's love and a duty for the safekeeping of the honor of our house. Most of all, it is founded on a subject right to ignore injustice, self-serving law of king and government. So where is the fear of dying when I have to die to live? I do not live so long as Sirat's spirit is not appeased and the honor of our forefathers not restored. Do I confuse life with death and death with life? And so seem foolish to you. It is you who are foolish, a king too foolish to know the meaning of his acts.
This is a woman who a willful and a rebellious stock. Her brother Sirat was full of himself for his prowess in killing, proven in his many fights for Tuanku, where he left the field squishy with the bleeding dead. We knew the father too. He once slapped me in a rage, and when he did not get his way with the old Tuanku, he dared to turn his back and walk away in anger.
This is a woman who yet has much to learn. She has committed a crime, a double crime. First, to defy me, then to fling it in my face by boasting. For what she has done, she cannot go unpunished, or else I'm not a king. A daughter by marriage, even a daughter closer still by blood, cannot be allowed to undermine the law and so set anarchy loose upon our city. Yet, it is because of ties of blood she has done what she has done. She has said as much. The same blood that flows in her veins flows in Yasmin too. Yasmin must also be on this. Go, some of you, arrest Yasmin. Bring her to me. What a nest of vipers I have stumbled on. And to think that I almost let them graft themselves onto my house and let their blood mingle with mine to bring fourth generation of venomous creatures down the line. Now is the time to clean them out.
What I have done only by myself. Yasmin has no part in it. When you have me killed, you have your so-called justice. In doing more, you will repeat with the malevolence you showed in shaming Sirat and will further expose yourself as the frightened, suspicious little man you really are. You only look fearsome in a mirage of yourself as king. Look at all these people here. They would praise me for upholding the dignity and honor of the dead. But fear has frozen them into a living dead, benumb of all feelings of shame, of expression in their eyes, of bodily gestures, of speech to say it is right to resist an unjust king.
Anike, you are totally alone in your delusion.
No, if fear has not seized up their tongues and constricted their throats in its cold grip, they will surely speak up for me, even sing my praises.
They do not speak as they have no need to defend themselves. Guilt make you wag your tongue to make some noise to distract yourself from having to face up to your guilt.
To honor the dead is not guilt. Ask them. But I forget. This eunuch cannot speak.
What honor your brother ever had? He lost it when he betrayed my trust in him as my fighting man. Instead, he cast me out of my own palace, turned it into a baboon's domain, with him as the only male, killing all others who would not be scared away, and humping any female willing and on heat.
Sirat was my brother. As a sister who loved him, I honor him. I honor him for his courage, for daring to hold you bodily down the perch you call a throne, when he saw not a king on it. He saw an insecure little man, fearful of being dislodged, fearful of his baubles, and his woman being taken by another, perhaps more fit to be king. Sirat was a man. Heaven alone may judge him for his excesses. Certainly not you, not Veera, blinded by stupidity, not seeing you through that veneer of your play-acting kingship for what you are. If you are going to have me killed, have your henchmen do it quickly. That is all.
Honor your brother then, not here, but in hell.
See, here comes Yasmin. Her tears are a sister's tears, tears for a brother dead, for a sister she cannot save, and for herself, drawn with her sister into the abyss.
You too, Yasmin. Were you not with her? Ignore my edict?
Yes.
Now I have discovered a whole nest of vipers. Smoke them out from the cracks and burrows under my house, that they be scorched in the light.
No, Yasmin, no. You have no part in this. See, you have no part in this.
Yes, I have. I know what you were about to do. I did nothing to stop you and I said nothing.
You did nothing to help me. You cannot help me now.
I understand now the meaning of your intent when we spoke together. I have to join you now, accept punishment for my share of the burden of guilt.
Only Sirat and the gods who rule over the dead know it was I who gave the honor of a burial. You were not with me. You cannot claim a share in the act. If you die for it now, you die a wholly useless death.
I need to be with you as my duty to Sirat Dimas. Do you refuse me, Anike?
You will not diminish my death.
What shall I do when you two are gone?
Take back all your claims to so-called guilt. Perhaps out of kindness, perhaps out of caprice, he will offer to take you in.
You're mocking me now.
If I laugh at you, it is mirthless laughter.
Is there nothing I can do then?
Save yourself. There will be those who will praise you, though you choose to live.
But we are both equally guilty.
Say no more, Yasmin. I am no longer in this world. I belong with the dead.
Look at these two girls. One has lost her mind. As for the other, I don't know if she has one.
I was in a fault for the confusion you caused me, with the shame and fear for the unspeakable horror you would wreak upon my sister. I still cannot see in the way ahead how I should go on living without her.
She is already dead. Perhaps you will live. I see that you claim to be guilty when you are not, notwithstanding your silence.
She is your son's bride.
I thank the God that her blood will not be mixed into my line to give me a bastard brood of serpents. I shall ensure that my son will take care not to sully the bloodline of our royal house. Your city shall have kings like me in long succession to maintain its glory.
Poor Nadim, how your fathers wrong you.
There will be no more pointless talk about my son and marriage.
You will deprive him of this girl?
Death will take this creature and render him blessed, released from her poison graft.
Then she will die?
How brilliant! Enough of this fool's talk. God, take them away and see that you guard them well. They are but women. Even a strong man will fight to tear and is restrained when death's cold breath blow down his neck.
Come.